So yoga is very simple, and there are a lot of yoga gurus who have explained so what exactly yoga is. So there was a yoga guru. He was a sage. He was not exactly a sage. He actually transcribed the practices that our sages were doing. We had several sages earlier. They were practicing yoga, and it didn't have a version, compiled version. To be very precise, they didn't have a compiled version like how we had Mahabharata and Ramayana. There was not a compiled version. So Patanjali was a yoga. He's called as a yoga guru because he transcribed these practices into a book which is called as Patanjali's Yoga Sutra. So he defines in a simple form by saying yoga is actually union. It is a union of your body, your mind, and your entire soul. So all these come together, which is the heart of yoga. That is what yoga is all about. So in Sanskrit, goes by the saying yoga siddhi vriddhi nirodha. So yoga is your mind, body, and soul put together. All three in union is called as yoga. And so we have now what happened is we all our cultural evolution has went to the Western countries, and it is coming back to us. You see a lot of different versions of yoga coming back to us, saying power yoga and child's yoga and kids yoga and prenatal yoga and postnatal yoga. So yoga has a different it has different wings to it. It is like a tree. It has different branches and wings to it, and everything comes under the similar, I mean, one small terminology or a term called as simple yogas. But you'll hear different different languages and different versions of yoga, people talking about different forms of yoga, but everything is very simple. You'll have to keep it simple. Yoga is one, and you'll have to practice yoga. If you have time, you can practice daily. And what we mean here is you'll have to connect all three parts in your body. So your body is very simple, right? So what do we have in our body? So what is the composition? What makes our body? What is the composition which makes our body? So it's very simple. We have 600 muscles in our body. We have 206 bones plus one. They have found another one bone fabula in the knee portion. So we have 207 bones in our body, and we have 78 organs in our body. And all these 78 organs are connected to 12 systems which operate I mean simultaneously to run the complete operational of our body. So can you just tell me why do we practice? So can anyone define? So what exactly is happening simultaneously so that our body is working? So why are we supposed to practice yoga? So any ideas? So why there needs to be a physical fitness to a human body? So what do you exactly feel? Because we are walking, so that is a physical activity. Anyway, we are moving all the shoulders. Once you get up, apart from sleeping, once you get up, there is some physical activity happening in your body. So you can question saying that. So why do you even need a physical activity since we are already doing it? So day round, you're walking, you're jogging, or you're moving all your muscles and working in the home kitchen, and yeah, if climbing the stairs. So everything is a physical activity, right? So why do we need a physical activity? What exactly is happening to your body? Any ideas?
Our body is not flexible, Raj. More
Okay.
like when we do this activity, our body is not 100% flexible.
Okay, so that is one. So one aspect is we work on the flexibility of the body. So another thing, so if you consider, okay, so if you're playing a sport, maybe recreational or at a competitive level. So what do you think? So what are the other aspects apart from Venkat has now told that we are working on flexibility? What are the other few aspects that we are working?
Possibly imbalance. Regulate the breath in our body, the flow of energy.
Yeah, amazing. So the breath, correct. So you are trying to maybe trying to the flow of like ma'am has mentioned clearly. So we are trying to energize the body. So we are trying to balance the energy in our body. So we are focusing more on the breathing pattern also. Fantastic. So you are trying to say something here.
I'm saying imbalance. By doing some regular activity,
Fantastic. Exactly. So we are trying to balance.
certain aspects, not the whole aspect.
Correct. So we are trying to find balance also. So what is happening? Or we are, so scientifically speaking, so we call ourselves as a contralateral animals. Humans are contralateral animals. So when we walk, so we swing our hands opposite sides, right? So we are contralateral. So that's how our body works. So we always trying to find balance. So if one side is not working, I mean, is trying to imbalance, we find stability using the other sides. We work on the lateral sides. There's something called as lateral side. Your left side and your right side. So these are lateral sides. So they are also working in harmony, right? So we are trying to find balance by practicing any kind of physical activity. Any other inputs? So we talked about flexibility, we talk about breathing pattern to find all the energy, and we talk about stability here to find the balance. Fantastic. Any other inputs? Any other aspects of physical activity? I've already given a cue there. So we talked about yoga, so which is union of body, mind, and soul. So I've got already given a clue.
So it's also said that when you do practice yoga, especially all the breathing practices, you are able to kind of address little bit of your karma.
Little bit of your, ma'am, I didn't get that.
Karma.
Karma. Okay. Okay. Now see. So if you dive deep into the theoretical part of yoga, so it is very long. So you'll have to talk about your pancha koshas, pancha kleshas. Everything is different. Like I mentioned very clearly. So since in a simple language, I've mentioned the body composition has 206 bones and 600 muscles and all your organs. So if we talk about the same in the Sanskrit way, so it goes to pancha koshas and pancha kleshas. So what exactly we have in our body? It's segregated. So if you go into karma, it is deep diving again. So it comes against different factors what Patanjali has mentioned. So you'll have to dive theoretically, but let's keep it simple. I've given a cue saying that it is union of body, mind, and soul. So what is body? What is mind? What is soul? There are three terms already here. So we talked about body. We talked about mind. I mean, so the balances is mind again. So we are working in the motor neurons here, so which is imbalance, balance, and there is something called a soul also. So we have missed out one portion of mind, body, and soul. So it's already a cue. Uh, any other aspects? Okay. Okay. So we are working on the aura. So body has an aura. So what do we technically call? So technically it is called as different fascial lines in the body. So like I mentioned, two lines here, lateral lines. So we have a front line, we have a back line, we have a medial line which is running right at the center, and we have, like I mentioned, since we are contralateral, we have a superficial, spiral line, so which is connecting the opposite sides. We have a spiral lines in a body, and we have few other lines also, functional lines and arm lines. So these all put together, they connect the entire systems, and they are connected with a connective tissue, connect the entire muscle, which runs deeper to connect all your skeletal system. So it's called as musculoskeletal system, right? MSK. So it connects the entire body and all the organs. So your soul is actually composed of the entire aura. The aura keeps the entire body in harmony, as simple as that. So we are practicing yoga basically. So any kind of physical activity, you'll focus on all the contralateral parts, your balance, your focusing on hypertrophy of the muscle. Hypertrophy is very simple, growing your muscles. If you're bulking your muscles. So if you want to bulk up, if you want to reduce muscle, you burn a lot of fat, right? So these all aspects happen. So we are focusing more on your mind, your body, and your soul. All these three put together is yoga. You'll have to practice yoga. Okay, so let's dive more deeper now. So we'll focus on your breathing pattern since we all mentioned breathing here. So let's start from breathing only. So breathing is very simple. So what do we all do here? We inhale and exhale. So which happens at a subconscious level, right? So we subconsciously breathe in and breathe out, which is happening. So any idea on why do we have to practice the breathing pattern here? So since it is already happening, so why are we supposed to even streamline the breathing? So why do we even practice breathing here? Any inputs here before starting?
As you said, we breathe unconsciously. So it is
Not
about
unconsciously.
not like that. Like conscious breathing. Like we are.
Yeah, subconscious. Yes.
Yes. Sorry, subconscious. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So that's what my question is very simple. We are already breathing unconsciously, I mean subconsciously. So why do we have to streamline and have a pattern of breathing practice?
To be in a present. To live the present.
Okay, to live the present is okay. Any
So
other idea?
breathing is linked to emotions. So emotion and breath are very closely linked.
Yeah,
So
fantastic.
if you want to
So
control
yeah,
your
good.
emotion, handle is
Correct.
through breath.
Exactly, exactly. That is one point. So you have more control on your emotions. So you, I mean, emotion is directly linked to your blood pressure level, your heart pumping level, and so we try to. That's fantastic point. So emotion is directly linked to your blood pressure, your sugar level, and your heart beating capacity, right? Your cardiovascular capacity. So what is happening here is we are trying to streamline your heart beating capacity. So I mean, for a normal person, it beats around 70 to 72. Okay, so if you're a little bit on the lower side, it beats around 80, 85, some person 90. And for a good controlled, a streamlined pattern, heart beating pattern, it goes to 40, 45. Maybe for well-trained athletes, they go, at a level of 40, 45. That's what happens. So when they, streamline and give a pattern to a breathing capacity to the lungs and the heart. Okay, so let's start with a very basic breathing exercise now. So we start with the Nadi Chakra Pranayama. So what I want you to do is just put your right hand palm to the navel region, exactly at the umbilical cord. Technically speaking, your umbilical cord. Put your palm to the navel region. Just sit on the chair comfortably, and I want you to concentrate, focus only on one thing, on your spine. Your trunk has to be straight. Okay, so just watch my trunk. So if you see my trunk, it is not contracted, it is not flexed. I'm trying to keep my trunk straight and put your palm to the navel region. Okay, let's do it. So what I want to do is just put your yeah, so just put your palm at the umbilical navel region. And what I want you to focus, another second focus is on your breathing pattern here. So when you breathe in, my diaphragm, your stomach has to pout out. Okay, so you fill in all the air completely. So it is Nadi Chakra Pranayama. So breathe in, my stomach comes up. Just watch my stomach comes up. And when I breathe out, take it down. So exhale all the air outside. So just practice 8 counts of breathe in and 8 counts of breathe out on your own count. Just 10 rounds, 10 repetitions. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's start. Please close your eyes. All right, fantastic. How did it feel? So any inputs here? How did it feel?
Feeling good, Raj.
Okay, so why do we have to lengthen the process of breathing? Yes, what we are trying to do is we are not subconsciously breathing. So we are trying to lengthen the pattern of breathing. So why does it happen that we are lengthening the pattern of inhale and lengthening the pattern of exhale? So any ideas? Any inputs here? Any cues? So what is the life expectancy of human beings? எவ்வளவு வருஷம் நம்ம வாழ்வோம் ஒரு normal average human being?
Depends upon the number of breaths we take.
Sorry, I had a coupled voices here.
Yeah, Gopal, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I said total number of breaths is fixed for every individual. The more you inhale and repeat it, the longer you can live.
Correct. So there is a breathing pattern which determines the life expectancy of an average human being. Say 80 years or a 70, 75 years. Okay, so that's the life expectancy. So what is an average life expectancy of a python? So python, malapambu theriyuma, malapambu. So what is a life expectancy of a python? Any idea?
Maybe 30 years.
No.
30 years.
No, okay. So Python lives for average life expectancy is 120. So you can Google it, you can check it. So 100 to 150. So I keep it as 120 as the average life expectancy. Okay. So why? Because it inhales, breathe in. Okay. So breathe in period is around say 30 minutes. So it takes 20 to 30 minutes to breathe in and 20 to 30 minutes breathe out. So that's how it is. How long does a tortoise lives? Average life expectancy of a tortoise. Any idea? So it's like again the same thing. It's like
100.
More than
yeah,
that is 200
yeah,
years.
exactly. Some tortoises go long like 300 years even. I've seen few tortoises living for 300 years. So that's basically because of your breathing pattern, lengthening the breathing pattern. So that's what sages did. How did they live long? So basically increasing the breathing pattern of your breathe in and your breathe out. Your inhale and the exhale. So that's why we focus more on breathing patterns. The more you regularize the lengthening pattern of the breathing, more is your life expectancy. It's very simple as that, as simple as. Let's keep it simple. Lengthen the process of breathe in, breathe out, and your life expectancy increases. So that's why we practice pranayama. So it's called as pranayama. Regulating your breathing is called as pranayama. And this one is the pranayama. You've seen mudras used as mudras people using while doing practicing pranayama. Okay. So this is pointed nose. So that we keep this mudra to focus on the breathing. Okay. So we'll deep dive in the next session. I mean, we'll go to the advanced breathing pattern in the next session. So I'll teach few stretches here for the upper body, since we are sitting day long and we are little mobilized. So I'll teach few stretches here, maybe 3 stretches. We'll practice and wind up today's session. Okay. So we'll start with your neck. So what we have to do is again focus on the trunk, sit erect, focus on this trunk, has to be straight. So I want you to just breathe in and go to the right. Watch me. Breathe in, close the eyes and go to the right. Okay, taking your, very good, breathe in and breathe out, come forward. Very good. Again, 8 counts. Focus on the 8 counts. Keep it slow and steady. Breathe in to your left. Breathe out. Come forward again. Fantastic. So let's take it back. Take your head back now. Tilt it back. Breathe in. And breathe out. Come forward. Breathe in. Take your chin down. Head down. And breathe in. Up. Bring it forward. It's as simple as this. Okay. So we are focusing on your cervical region, your neck region. All right. So we are focusing more on the cervical region and all the muscles related to your neck. Okay. So all the muscles. So let's not go deep into understanding what are the muscles covering your neck. So we are focusing more on the cervical and all the muscles covering the cervical region. So it's very simple. You can practice anytime. If you find 2 minutes of your time, you can just sit, relax and practice your stretches. Okay. Next one's your shoulder. So how do we mobilize? So how do we stretch the shoulder? Just raise your hands up. Slowly raise your hands up. So what I want you to do is just focus on your right hand. Okay, right hand and the left hand grabbing the right elbow. Yes, just like this. You'll have to hold and focus on the trunk and the breathing pattern. Just hold it for 8 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. I want you to do the same thing using your left hand. Hold it using your right hand. Yes. Again, focus on the breathing pattern, normal breathing for 8 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Relax. So this is more of your shoulders. If you feel any stiffness or any trigger happened in your shoulder, you're not able to move it properly, just stretch it on both sides. Or you're feeling more on the pectoral region, I mean the front part of the shoulder and your chest. Just raise again, just watch me doing it. You can also practice the same thing. Bring the hand, use your right hand now, bring the hand here and use the other hand to support the elbow and stretch it. Normal breathing. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Other hand. Again, use the other hand to hold the elbow With normal breathing, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Fantastic. So that's majorly for your shoulder and your cervical region. Now coming to the hip mobility. So since we are sitting again, so we'll have to focus a little bit on your hip also. So let's find the rotational flexibility now. We'll find the rotation now. So put your hands up to the shoulder like this. Any hand which you're comfortable. So put it here, and I want you to twist to the right side and hold the posture. 8. Hold it there with normal breathing. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Breathe in, come forward, and breathe out again to the left side. Hold the posture. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Okay, last stretch. So you'll have to, like I mentioned, you'll have to focus on the lateral regions. Now use your right side. So put your left hand up and bend to your right side. Breathe out and hold it. Hold it with normal breathing. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Breathe in up. Now put your right hand up. Focus on the left side. Very good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. Relax. Okay. So how does it feel? How's your upper body? Upper body now? How do you feel? How's the flexibility now? Good. Okay, I'll leave it to you now. So you'll have to try to understand what exactly is yoga and why are we practicing yoga. We talked about energy flow in the body, the breathing patterns. So we'll try to understand how the breathing works. Like I mentioned, how is breathing connected to the life expectancy, and what are the different systems in the body? Why are they interconnected, and what keeps it in harmony? So we'll try to. I'll leave it to you. You find out for 2 seconds there. Very good. And come back. Breathe in. Using right hand. Push it to the left side. Breathe out and hold it for 2 seconds. Come back again. Very good. That's fantastic. Okay, so now we'll mobilize the shoulders. So now that we have opened the cervical region, we'll mobilize the shoulders now. What I want you to do is put both all the 5 fingers to the shoulders, both the hands. The right hand and the left hand, all the fingers to the shoulder. You find the rotary cuff muscles here, put it to the rotary cuff muscles here. Okay, so bring both the elbows together. All right, so we are going to perform a card here, which is articulated rotation, your shoulder rotation. So nice and easy, forward rotation. So elbow has to meet together. Both the elbows to meet. So if you're not able to meet, also not an issue. It's like don't overthrow yourself. Don't pressurize to come here and touch the elbows. You can just rotate. Nice and easy. 8 counts forward. Very good. 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, now backward rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Very good. Fantastic. Relax. Now that we have mobilized the shoulders, cervical, your shoulders, we move to the hip region. So what we do is, you just be seated in the same posture. So I'm just sitting down since I want a better light. I'm sitting down. So what I want to do is just put your right hand down and bend it to the right side. So you raise your left hand up, breathe in, left hand up, and bend it slowly, breathe out to the right side. Very good. Hold the posture there for 8 seconds. 1, hold it there with normal breathing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and relax. Breathe in, come up to the other side. Now use your hand down, bring your right hand up, and Breathe out. Hold it for 8 seconds with the normal breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, relax. Okay, so now let's give a twist for sure. So these are few warm-up. What do you call as in a scientific term? It is called as warm-up, and we practice asanas basically to understand how the mobility works, or in technical terms, how the hyperflexibility, how hypermobility or flexibility works in the body. So to basically understand where the trunk is, so how we can mobilize ourselves. So we walk daily, right? So we walk, like I mentioned last session. So we are contralateral. So we walk to understand how the spiral lines work, how the lateral lines work, so the medial lines work in the body. So what we do is, so if you're sitting in a chair, I want you to apply pressure first using your right hand to the left leg and twist your body. Try to twist the body to the left side first. Use the hands, okay, to hold the knee and twist the opposite side. Okay, hold for 8 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Relax. To the other side. Now use the other hand. Now lock the knees, and all I want to do is twist the hip. Breathe out and twist. Hold it with normal breathing for 8 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and relax. Okay. So now let's lift the vertebral column. So what are we supposed to do now is to elongate, to globalize the vertebral column. So what I'm going to do is erect the trunk completely. I want you to breathe in and interlock the fingers here, and twist it up slowly and look up. Look up. Hold it normal breathing. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Come back down. Okay. Now we do the forward bend. So we do the Paschima part of spine twist. Again, breathe in, both the hands up together. Like I mentioned, interlock your fingers, rotate it up, and slowly bend forward from your lower hip. Use the lumbar region, your pelvic and the hip to bend forward, reach forward. Very good. Hold the posture. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Breathe in up slowly and relax. Right. That's what's fantastic. So these are the basic stretches, to mobilize the upper body. So if you're looking at, if you're sitting in an office, I would see you like completely feel the stiffness in the body. So you feel like unstiff, so stiff, and you feel like something is happening to your muscle. There is a cramp or a trigger or any compression is happening in your muscle. All I want you to do is do these simple flexible warm-up patterns to flexible and mobilize your the upper body. So also lightly activates your lower body since you're twisting the torso on the trunk. That's a mild stretch to the lower body also. Okay, so now we'll move to the breathing patterns. We'll take a deep dive into the other breathing patterns. So any idea on what are the they call it nadis, right? You know what is the nadi? So it happens that you go to a nadi josya, he holds your wrist and says that, yeah, this is going to happen to you. And for pregnant women also, they understand she is pregnant by catching the wrist, holding the wrist of a pregnant woman. So any idea on what are the number of nadis present in the body? Any clues?
Any approximate clue, Raj Mohan? 10 to 20, the numbers will be?
Okay, so it's not a small number actually. So nadis are basically the energy lines present in our body. So like last class I mentioned, we have 600 musculus. The MSK has 600 muscles, and we have 206 bones present in our body, and 78 organs have our put together in a 12 systems, right? So 12 systems working harmoniously to maintain the structural balance in the body. So we have a system called as nervous system. So somebody try to interpret the nadis with the nervous system of our human body. So it's not a nervous system. These are energy lines which are present inside the body. So they are called as nadis, and we have 72,000 nadis in our body. There are 72,000 nadis present in our body, and all these 72, like how the 78 organs in the body are enfolded to a 12 systems. We have 72,000 nadis working together in a three groups of nadis. These are the basic three nadis present in the body, which are called as Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna. So Ida is obviously So Ida the Kaipakam, so it is the left side. Okay. Pingala is the right side. Sushumna is the median, the center. So they are like crisscross. So Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna nadi is like they are crisscross, and the center one, the Sushumna nadi, is at the center. So when you're activating, so now breathing pattern is the same. So there is something called as a Nadi Shodhana or Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama. So we are balancing both the energy lines in the body. So if you practice Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama, basically we are completely energizing the breathing pattern as well as the energy lines in the body. So all the three nadis. So we'll start with basic Surinadi Pranayama, which is your right nostril. Nadi Pranayama is your left nostril, and we'll do the Nadi Shodhana Pranayama. Okay, so there are few mudras. Next class I'll take you to the mudras. Why is mudras? What are mudras? Why are they performed? So what actually they depict? So we'll discuss about mudras in detail in the next class, next session. Okay. So now, so this is called as a Nasagara Mudra. Like I told you in the last class, to practice pranayama, they have a pointed nose mudra, which is called as Nasagara Mudra. So what I want you to do is hold the forefinger and the middle finger, open out your thumb, the ring finger, and the little finger out. Okay, this is the Nasagara Mudra, your pointed nose. So now, with the help of your pointed nose mudra, close your left nostril. Close your left and open the right. Okay, so all I want you to do is breathe in and breathe out using only your right nostril. Close your left nostril, open only the right, and breathe in and breathe out for 8 counts. Like I mentioned, breathe in for 8 counts, breathe out 8 counts, and I want 8 repetitions. Close the eyes, please. Only the left. Close your right and breathe in and breathe out only your left nostril. All right, fantastic. Okay, this is your Surinadi Pranayama. Okay, so we basically, like I mentioned, Ida Pingala. So we are cleansing the Pingala Nadi, the right side of it. Now we'll go to the left. Close your right nostril, open the left, which is your Chandra Nadi Pranayama. Open your left. All I want you to do is just breathe in and breathe out using your left nostril only. Continue the same for 8 repetitions. All right. Fantastic. Okay, that's your Surinadi and Chandranadi Pranayama. So you're focused on your right nostril only and your left nostril only, maintaining the balance between your Ida and Pingala Nadi. Now
Using
we'll
only
practice
right
the
hand?
Nadi Shodh.
Using only right hand, or we can use left hand as well?
Whichever hand is comfortable. So you're okay. So you want whichever hand is comfortable. They both the same. I mean, this is only for activating the nostrils. You're comfortable in the left, you can use your left.
Maybe
Using
we
the
can,
right, you can use the right.
maybe one more time, Raj.
Yeah.
Just guide us how to like make the mudras. Like
Yeah. So Nasagra Mudra, you fold your forefinger and the middle finger. Very good. Fantastic. So now put your thumb to the nostril. You close your right. Yeah. Now the left is open. So if you switch, your left is closed and the right is open. Yes. Simple as that. Fantastic. Yeah, that's how it goes. Good. Okay, now we'll do the Nadi Shodhana Pranayamas. Like I mentioned, you're cleansing all the three Nadi Shodhana Pranayama, or it is also called as Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama. So what we started from the left nostril. So your Chandra Nadi. So your Chandra, we practice this Chandra Nadi Pranayama, right? So we'll start from the left. So you close your right nostril. So just watch carefully here. It's kind of bit tricky, but it's simple only. Very simple, but kind of a little bit tricky. So what you do is breathe in. Inhale, just watch it once. So watch me do it once and then you can practice 3 counts, okay? So breathe in using your left nostril, close your left, open your right. Breathe out using your right. Again, breathe in using your right nostril. Breathe out using your left nostril. So you start at the left, end at the left. This is your 1 round. 1 repetition is left in, right out, right in, left out is 1 round. I want you to practice the same for 8 repetitions, same concept. 8 counts of breathe in, 8 counts of breathe out, 8 counts of breathe in, and 8 counts of breathe out. All right, let's go. Please close your eyes. 8 repetitions. Take it out. Nice and easy. Keep it simple and deep breathe in, breathe out. Two more counts. All right, relax. So you finished at the left nostril. Fantastic. Relax. So how do you feel? How do you feel? Sir, how do you feel? How's this breathing practice?
Good. I do it regularly every day. So.
Oh, fantastic.
So that makes it.
Yeah. So again, so we'll have to, if you want to increase the intensity of Nadi Shuddhi Pranayamas, you'll have to start holding the breathing. So like I mentioned, 8 counts of breathe in, hold it for 2 seconds, and 8 counts of breathe out and hold it for 2 seconds. So if you become
other technique, what I was exposed to is to inhale and exhale is 2 times the inhale. Slower. Exhaling is slower, twice the time it takes. So that even down comes even down. You feel even more greater peace when you do that.
Correct, exactly. So you'll have to lengthen. So that's how the process is. You start at 8, 2 seconds hold, 8 second exhale. So the next thing is 8 seconds in and 2 seconds hold and 10 seconds of exhale. So you lengthen the process of exhale. So and holding also, gives a deeper understanding of the breathing pattern. So what happens is you breathe in for 8 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds, and then exhale for 12 seconds. So you increase. That's the ratio which we'll deep dive and understand how the ratio also works for breathing pattern. So now we'll relax and cool down. So I'll teach you a few cooling pranayama techniques. Now that you understood how the nadis work, energy lines work. So since you practice breathing pranayama here, your body tends to heat up. Since you activate the energy line, it completely warms up. Okay, so you tend to heat up the complete body and the energy lines. So we'll practice 2 cooling pranayamas to cool down and settle down the body. Okay. So these are basically, again, they are all pranayama practices, but basically invented to understand how the breathing patterns work. And should you have to do any physical activities where you warm up? So you don't have any physical activity to do, so you cool down. So these kind of practices. And there are also fat burning breathing patterns, like Kapalabhat, fat burning. So if you want to burn some of the fat, you don't want to do any physical activity, but still you want to burn fat in the body. So we have Kapalabhat. There are a few conditions there in the body. So maybe embolus is there, or you have a lipoma, or you have a varicose vein, or so these kind of patients have been addressed using these kind of Kapalabhat practices and all. So we started some cooling techniques. No? So what I want you to do is just watch my tongue now, watch my tongue carefully. So what I do is Shitali and Shitkari Pranayama, two cooling pranayamas. I'll perform Shitali Pranayama for you. So I want you to make the tongue as a U shape. Bring it out and make a O here. Yes, try to make a O here. Yeah, fantastic, sir. Fantastic. So I want you to breathe in using your mouth, using your tongue, and breathe out using your nostril. Okay, just close your eyes. So open your mouth, pout your tongue, and breathe in using your tongue, and breathe out using your nostril. Ready? Let's do it. Again, 8 repetitions. Close your eyes. When you breathe out, close your mouth. It's not necessary that you'll have to keep your mouth completely open all the time. Very good. Very good. 2 more counts. Last 2. One last time. And relax. Okay. So did you feel the cooling pattern which is happening in the body? Since you are inhaling using your tongue, there was a cooling pattern which is going inside the body. So it's just to cool down. Second cooling pranayama is your Shithali Pranayama. So here we use the teeth rather than the tongue, like Shithali Pranayama. Here we use the teeth. So I want you to breathe in using your teeth. So breathe in using your teeth. Fantastic. Again, 8 rounds. Close your eyes, please. So I want to perform 8 rounds again. That's good. Last two. All right, relax. So how do you feel? Did you feel something happening to your body and your blood vessels, your blood flow, circulation? Do you feel anything happening to your body? Yeah.
We feel warmed up.
Okay.
In the afternoon times, like we after having lunch, like we feel warmed up.
Yeah. So you tend to doze off after having a good lunch, and then you are brisk now after the practices. Good. Okay. So we'll wind up the session today, and for the next session we'll understand how the mudra works. What are they? And so we'll also practice a few mudras. So now that you know how to warm up your body, how to understand the breathing patterns, we'll move to mudras. Mudras are basically symbols. They are symbols. Like we used Nasagra Mudra today for the breathing. So they are few symbols which depict the organs in the body. Okay, cool. Are we cool? So we'll wind up the session today.
Yes.
See you guys on Friday. Yeah.
Raj, we have a question in the chat box. So
Okay.
Nitin,
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah. Can we do yoga and gym in parallel?
Okay, so I'm a great example for this. So it depends on what is your objective. So I ask a lot of the people. So it's since if you are a recreational player, athletic player, or a recreational player, or a competitive player, or you don't play anything, you don't play any sport, you just want to be fit, like how the general population want to be. So we all the three groups, we ask them what is their objective. So what do they want exactly? So if you want to be fit, general fit, you're looking for general fitness, and you want to practice. Say you have a gym close by, you want a gym, and also you want to practice. You can do it. So it's basically how you mobilize the body. So in gym, if you go to a gym to a hypertrophy, they call bodybuilders. So who are looking for bulking up. So we call it hypertrophy. So they look to isolate. So they want shape in their body, and they isolate and work each of the muscle groups present in the body. So there are muscle groups present in the body. So they want to isolate and bulk up. So that's what they're looking at. Many of the gym. To go to proper functional training, performance training, or fitness center, so they'll address how to activate all the muscle groups in the body. So how to for a particular performance or activity. Say if you're an athlete, you want to sprint, so they focus more on the running pattern. So that's functional training and performance training. That's how it goes. So if you're looking at more mobility and flexibility, you want more flexibility. You're looking like I'm so cramped every time, my body is too stiff. And if you want to be more flexible enough to practice both, so if you want to, like bulk up and say, I want to look good also, I want equally to be flexible, so you can do it. So you can do yoga. Yoga is not completely, so people think that yoga is completely spiritual. Like I mentioned, it evolved completely in our country, and it westernized and coming back to us in different forms of yoga. Yoga is just one. So if you tend to practice yoga, you'll understand what spirituality is, what divine is, and what exactly is yoga. Why are we performing yoga? As simple as that. So if I talk about prana, like I mentioned, we have 5 sheets enfolding the body. The first one is your skin. So these are called as panchakoshas. The first kosha is your annamaya kosha, the skin, the sheet itself. So this one is your annamaya kosha. Then second is your pranamaya kosha, which talks about the energy lines in your body. So say it Chinese, it is called as Qin Chinese. Tai Chi, you would have heard about Tai Chi, right? So Chi is the energy. So they, work on the energy. That's yin yang. They work on the two sides of the energy. So it is called as Tai Chi. And in Thai medicine, it is called as sensitive lines, or they call it as energy lines. In Indian medicine, it is again called as your nadis. The nadis are present in the body. And we focus on the energy lines, which are like major 10s. And like I mentioned, they are put into 3 major. So that we have the Nadi Parisha. So we have 3 major lines: Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna Nadis. Like the Nadis, there are 114 chakras in our body, so which depict each organs present in our body, and there are majorly seven chakras that we have to focus in our body. So it starts from Mooladhara chakra. So Mooladhara chakra is your base, which start at the tip of the spine. So that's your Mooladhara chakra. And we go to Swadhisthana chakra, Manipura chakra, Anahata chakra, Vishuddhi chakra, Agnya chakra, and Sahasrara chakra. These are the 7 major chakras in the body. So from Mooladhara chakra till Sahasrara chakra, it starts from one petal, and the Sahasrara chakra is when you attain the divinity. So when you attain divinity, all the 1,000 petals open. So these are very simple concepts, but every single chakra depicts an organ. It has a shape to it. It has its own sound also. Every single chakra has its own sound, and it depicts the organ. It has a shape, it has a size, and it has petals to it. So if you have time, you can just do a small research and understanding all these 7 chakras. So it is exactly present in your vertebral column. So if I were to start at the tip of the spine, so that is where the Mooladhara chakra is present. So we work on the basic is Mooladhara chakra, where you work on the it's called, since it is Moolam. So we focus on working on the anus. So we tighten the anus so that we work on the Mooladhara chakra whenever possible. So we work on the Mooladhara chakra, and that's how you awaken the Mooladhara chakra right at the beginning. Okay, then we move up the ladder in the chakras, and the final step is the Sahasrara chakra. So if you do a small research, basic research in understanding how the chakra is activated, how do you awaken all the chakras in the body, you'll get to know how it is done. So breathing is the basic step. So if you start understanding the breathing pattern and you start regularizing it, breathing pattern, so that's how you start awakening the Muladhara chakra. So that's where we start. So that's why we started from Surinadi Chakra. Yeah. Any questions? I thought someone was asking a question here. Okay.
Biju was asking something, right?
Yes, yes, sir. Go ahead. Yeah.
Nothing related to this, but initially you said something about the breathing, right, through the right nostrils and the right left. So, what is the advantage of doing that? Like, yeah, anyway, you
we discussed the same in the first session, I guess.
Yeah.
So breathing, if you consciously change the breathing patterns, elongate the breathing pattern, that is deep breathing and deep breathe out. So your life expectancy level increases. That is the very basic thought to working on the breathing pattern. That is a very basic. The basic step is to understand your breathing patterns, which is happening subconsciously. So we are trying to understand it consciously. That is one. And second is everyone knows. As everyone knows, we try to elongate the human life expectancy. So if your life expectancy based on your breathing pattern is say 70 to 72, and when you elongate the process of inhaling and exhaling, so it increases to 75 to 80 to 85 based on the total seconds of breathe in and breathe out. So that's why we practice basically the breathing.
Yep.
And like I mentioned, so since you start understanding the pranic energy, you start pranayama, and it awakens the kundalini. Kundalini leads to your chakras. So awakens the kundalini, which leads to awakening the chakras. So that's where we start. Basic is meditation and your pranayama. Yes. Okay. So hope that answers your question. So we'll move ahead. So we'll start practicing little bit advanced pranayama techniques. And like I said the other day, we'll practice some of the mudras, the symbols. So symbols again, which depicts one organ, every organs of the body. We focus. It is like consciously focusing into every organ in the body. Okay. So we'll start with basic stretches again. So I'll give you some vinyasa technique to the stretchings today. So we'll start from wind openings. There is something at the groin region which is called as the wind gate. So when you practice Pavana Muktasana, you stop the wind gate and then release the blood flow again to the lower limbs. So we'll start with your Pavana Muktasana. If you're sitting in a chair, just comfortably just hold your right leg and fold it. Hug your right leg. Okay. If you're feeling good and if you're okay with just bending your forehead down, try to touch the knee. Slowly exhale and try to touch the knee. Hold it for 8 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Let's do the same thing with the other leg. The left leg now. Nice and easy. Exhale and go down. Hold it. Normal breathing. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Both the legs together. If possible, just hold the legs together. Again, hug both the legs together. Nice and easy. You're not able to touch the forehead to the knees, just hug both the legs. That's enough. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. So this is just to open the wind gates so that all the blood vessels are purified, which means the blood is blocked and then rushed again to the lower limbs. So we are opening the wind gates to rush the blood flow to the lower limbs, activate the entire lower limb of the body. Okay, now again, so I want you to just breathe in, bring both the hands up together. Just watch me doing it once. So you'll have to breathe in. Okay, and breathe out. Bring your hands down. Make sure that you unmute yourself so that I hear you inhaling and exhaling this time. Okay, so we'll do 8 rounds again. Same breathing, simple breathing. Bring your hands up, breathe in, and bring your hands down. Breathe out. Nice and easy. Very good. Breathe in, breathe out. On my count, 2. Breathe in, Breathe out. Very good. And just open the diaphragm. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. 3 more. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Breathe in. And relax. Breathe out. Very good. Now we move to the last vinyasa breathing techniques. Just watch me once. So we bring both the hands forward. And when I breathe in, I expand my chest here. Okay, so breathe in and breathe out. And I slouch forward. Slouch. Breathe in, expand, and breathe out. Okay, ready? On my count, both the hands forward. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1 more. Breathe in. And relax. Very good. That is very nice. So we practiced Surinadi Pranayama, your Chandranadi Pranayama, your Nadi Pranayama. And we did 2 pranayamas for cooling down the body. Hope you remember that, Shitali and Shitkari, using your teeth. You remember, okay? So we'll practice some 2 advanced techniques of pranayamas. Like I mentioned, there are a few techniques for fat burning. So people, hit the gym to, regularize and fat down, take the fat down completely. So they do a lot of exercise, high intensive exercises in the gym. But if you're not able to go to the gym, so if you want to reduce the body fat level, so these are few techniques where you can use it to fat reduction also. So this is called as Kapalabhat. So I'll start with the basic of Kapalabhat, where you get into the next step of Kapalabhat. We start with basic. It's like breathing in, and it is rapid breathe out, rapid breathing and breathe out. So we'll start with the basic, just one inhale and exhale. Just watch me doing it. This is. Okay, so you breathe in slowly, nice and easy, and rapidly breathe out. Exhale using your nostril only again. Okay, so breathe in and rapid breathe out. Try to thrust out all the air present in the lungs. So let's do 8 rounds on your own count. So it's the same concept. When I breathe in, your stomach bulges, so you fill in all the air. So when I breathe out, I retract it. Okay, just watch me once. So you see that? So when I breathe in, it comes out and retracts when I exhale completely out. So you'll have to thrust it out. Let's, on your own counts, let's practice the same for 8 counts. Ready? On your own. Good. Fantastic. Relax, relax. That's good. That's good. So that's how it is done. So, but don't try to slouch. Don't don't try to force yourself. Keep the body free, completely free. Just work on your breathing pattern alone. So work on your stomach, your lungs, your diaphragm, and your nostril breathing pattern alone. Okay. So now let's break it to the next step. So it's rapid breathing, like I mentioned. So you'll have to single inhale and try to break and release without inhaling after that. So break and exhale it. So just watch me doing it once. I'll do 1 round, then we can practice it. Ready? We'll just watch it once. So here I breathe in. So I don't breathe in when I breathe out. I just hold it and breathe out. I just hold it and I breathe out. So if you feel a little bit tougher, just put your hands in the navel region so that you thrust it out. Okay, so I'll just showcase how it is done when you put your hands in the navel region. Just watch me once again, just nice and easy. So you breathe in, stomach pouts out. And breathe out. So I exhale completely. Okay, so it's just single breathing and thrust it out with a break in between. So let's practice 8 rounds on your own, nice and easy. Ready? You can close your eyes. Take it easy, don't rush it out, take it easy. Three more rounds. Very good, 2 more. One more, your last count. All right, good. How does it feel? How do you feel the breathing process now? Did you feel any changes in your body?
It's a bit tough, Raj.
Yeah,
So,
it's quite tough. Yes, I know. But over a period of time, and when you practice it, you'll do it automatically. It comes, subconsciously. You focus and do it. So initially, it's tough. You'll have to focus on the breathing. I mean, it has to come out. When you breathe in, it has all the air goes inside. So your stomach has to pout out, and I'll have to apply pressure to take it back again. So you'll have to thrust out completely. So it takes time to practice this one. But yeah, obviously, you kind of build it up when you practice for the first time. Yes. Otherwise, how do you feel the energy in the body? How do you feel? You feel a little bit tired or you feel bright? So how does it feel, the Kapalabhati?
More energetic.
energetic.
Okay,
Actually,
okay. So I thought,
So I had my lunch. No, so after
Yeah.
doing this, like I did feel relief.
yeah, after the lunch you want to go slouch and relax. Yeah, I know. Okay, but it takes a lot of energy when you do Kapalabhati. Usually you'll have to get tired after the Kapalabhati. I told it's like fat burning. It's equal to the high intensive workout at the gym. So you do high interval training there.
Yeah.
Like doing the same thing. Kapalabhati is similar. So you'll have to feel down after doing Kapalabhati. So it's that much thrust you'll have to take out. So you'll have to inhale deeply and take the thrust completely out from the lungs. You'll have to feel tired after doing Kapalabhati. Okay, so we'll move to the next practice. So this is again another type of fat burning. So just put your thumb here into the fist, So now watch me doing it. Breathe in. When I take my hands up, I breathe in. Nice and easy, slowly. And you'll have when I bring my hands down, you'll have to breathe out. Just watch me. Same rapid breathing. Okay, so watch it again. Breathe in. So thrust it out. So if you feel something in your nostril, there is a connection between your nostril pipe and the esophagus. Okay, so if you feel a force which is thrust which is happening there, which you feel uncomfortable, just slow it down, nice and easy. Okay, slow it down. Okay, so let's practice 8 counts on your own. Ready? Good. Cool. Very good. Very good. Keep going. Keep going. 5 more. Okay, last one. All right. Very good. Relax. Relax. Okay, this seems to be very energetic to me. Seeing you guys doing it, it feels energetic for me because yeah. All right. Also, these are few fat. I mean, if you want to do some high intensive, kind of workout by just sitting sitting aram se peacefully in a place, and you can practice Kapalabhat and your Mudra Pranayama. Okay. So, so like I mentioned, we'll move to basic of mudras now. So I'll take you to what are the mudras present. There are different variety of mudras. We'll just focus on 4 to 5 mudras, or if possible, we'll focus on only 3 mudras so that it's easy for you to remember and practice also. So it starts from basic chin mudra. This is chin mudra. Just fold your forefinger and put it on over your thumb. Press it over your thumb. Press it nicely over the thumb. This is your chin mudra. This is mostly used as a meditative mudra. When you meditate, you use this chin mudra because it gives more consciousness. It is actually called as a consciousness mudra. So it makes you more conscious, helps you to focus. Okay, so this is chin mudra. Yes. Anybody, any questions there? I heard someone asking a question. Yeah. Right, cool. Yeah. Okay. So this is chin mudra. Just put your hands, both the hands, to the lap nicely. Sit erect. I just want you to consciously focus. Focus. Just deep breathe in and breathe out on your own 10 counts. Focusing on the entire body. Sit erect and breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Deep breathe in, breathe out. 5 more rounds. Focus on the entire body. Feel the energy flow inside the body. Like I mentioned, feel the pranic flow happening inside all the 72,000 pranic lines in the body. All right, relax. Relax. That was chin mudra for you. Then next one is your chinmaya mudra. What I do here is I fold from chin mudra. I fold other 3 fingers to get the chinmaya mudra. It is for awareness. Any idea on which part of the body helps in awareness? Any idea? So you are your bones, your joints, and I mean, if I close my eyes, if I were to touch my my right knee, if I were to touch my right knee, my hand goes directly to the right knee. So any idea on how does that happen in the body?
The reflex actions, right? So whatever.
Yeah, the reflex is something related to the sensory and the motor neuron, so present in the body. So say you have a sensory neuron, which goes to the brain, and the motor neuron, so which again comes to the particular part of the body. So that is reflex. Okay, we have something called as proprioceptors, which is basically present in the vestibular system, and the proprioceptors actually helps for your body awareness. So this Chinmaya Mudra helps developing the body awareness. Okay, it helps in body awareness, knowing where exactly parts of the body are. If you close your eyes or someone asks you to do it, so you are aware of where exactly the body parts are, right? So this is Chinmaya Mudra for you. So I wanted to focus on all the parts of the body. Just close your eyes and try to understand where exactly your head is, where exactly your eye is, where exactly your nose is, so where exactly your shoulders are, where exactly chest. And I want to be aware of entire body parts. All right. Just close your eyes in Chinmaya Mudra and deep breathe in. Inhale and exhale again for 10 rounds on your own count. Just create that awareness. Start thinking about where exactly the body parts are. Don't think about keeping the mudra. Just focus on the awareness. Three more repetitions. Inhale and exhale. Deep breathe in, breathe out. Okay. Relax. Okay. That was Chinmaya Mudra for you. So we'll go to next mudra, the Brahma Mudra. Again, from here, I put my thumb inside, the same like we did the pranayama, right? So put your thumb inside and fist it and go to the navel region. This is Brahma Mudra. Go to the navel region, exactly at the umbilical cord. So it is like this. It's your Brahma Mudra. It energizes. It's like the Brahma Mudra energizes the lotus inside the body. So you basically, any idea on what exactly is the lotus posture? There is something called as Padmasana. So you put your leg, both the legs like this. So this is called as the lotus posture, the Padmasana. And when they perform, mostly if you want to perform Brahma Mudra, they sit in Padmasana so that the entire body is awakened with the help of lotus posture and Brahma Mudra. Okay, so let's focus on Brahma Mudra now, the entire body awareness. Put your hands at the umbilical region and close your eyes. Deep breathe in, breathe out, inhale and exhale, 10 rounds. On your own, a few more counts. Deep breathe in, breathe out, and relax. Okay, fantastic. So that there are a few other mudras also which focuses on your heart. So there is Hridaya Mudra. If you want to focus on your heart, there is Hridaya Mudra. There is Shunya Mudra, and there is Shanmugi Mudra. If you want to focus on the facial lines, there is something called a Shanmugi Mudra where you focus on the facial lines. There is Yoni Mudra. If you want to focus on the reproductive system, there is Yoni Mudra, and it's very useful for ladies. I mean, women, if they want to focus on the uterus, there is something called as Yoni Mudra. So there are mudras to different organs in the body, so that you focus on that particular organ and being aware of the particular organ, so that you energize. So that the entire energy line from the umbilical cord goes to that particular organ. So that's why the mudras are formed. These are symbols which depict a particular organ, so that we can create more awareness with a particular organ, basically to focus on the entire harmony, like I mentioned. So we want to be healthy, right? So it's like all the organs has to run in harmony to for the function of the human body. So that's why we practice mudras, as simple as that. Okay. So I think we have run through the basics of asanas, basics of stretches, asanas, pranayama, and mudra. So any clarifications you want, you have any doubts while practicing, and you didn't understand why we are practicing, or you didn't understand why what we are doing, so you can just ask me so that we'll clarify right away. Now, thank you.